Hello friends and felines, and welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're venturing onto my channel for the first time today. I hope you guys liked the greeting by one of my fur babies, Pumbaa. He likes to take over my desk area when he knows I'm about to start filming, so I have a lot of cat hair all over my desk at the moment. But for today's video, I am finally going to be doing a random makeup number generator picks my makeup palette, bingo, whatever you want to call it. It isn't a new trend, it's been around for a while. So I just went onto my phone and I got a number generator to pick from all of my eyeshadow palettes and then pick the colors that I'm going to be using in today's look. So if you want to see how much of a success or a fail today's look is going to be, then definitely keep on watching. So first off, I had to go through all of my palettes and see how many I actually had, and I laid them all out in front of me, and you're just going to trust that I went in order with each row, numbering each palette, and I had a total of 40 palettes. So I went into my number generator and I did from 1 to 40, and the first one that came up was number 37. So number 37 of all my palettes that were lined up was the Riviera palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and there are 14 shades in here. So I went into the number generator, and out of 14, number 6 was the one that popped up. And starting right off the bat, number 6 in this palette is the shade Inheritance right here, which is a nice shimmery gold color. So coming out strong from the get-go. So the next palette that was chosen was number 21. In my lineup of palettes, 21 was the Glam Metals palette by Crown. I definitely got this in a BoxyCharm, and I probably have only used it once, and I don't remember the last time I used it, probably when I was in college. And so it's just a mini 9-pan palette. So out of 9, the number that was chosen was 2. In this palette, 2 is Wild Thing right here, which is kind of like a bronze color with a shimmer to it, because all the colors in here are like shimmers. There's not really a matte in here. So we've got a very shimmery shade and a more subtle shimmer shade. So hopefully we'll get some mattes next. All right, so the next palette that was chosen was number 1. Number 1 in my lineup was the Cremated palette. I still haven't even touched this. I haven't played with it. The sticker is still on the mirror. I was going to do a whole video on this, but then with everything going on, I didn't really want to dedicate a whole video to this, but I haven't used it yet, so I figured why not throw in a shade in today's video. So the Cremated palette has a total of 24 shades, and the number that was chosen was 23. 23 in this palette is a white, Death Blow. So we got a matte, but it's white, so that's great. The next palette that was chosen was number 12, and number 12 in my lineup was the Fenty Beauty palette, and this palette has 16 shades, all right here. This one is kind of like a jig-jag, so I kind of just numbered them straight across each row, and the number that was chosen was number 5, which is Shisha Smoke, which is right over here. It is the gray shade, which is a matte, but at least we have some sort of maybe transition shade to go with. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to pick out 4 or 5 shades for today's look, but since I have a matte white shade, I decided to go for a 5th one. So the last palette that was chosen was number 19, and 19 is the Blue Blood palette. So of course we have a bunch of blue shades in here, so we have a great lineup of shades going. So the Blue Blood palette has a total of 18 shades, and the number that was chosen was 17. So we come right down here, and oh look, the shade name is Cremated. So we have another matte gray shade. This one looks a little bit darker than the other one from the Fenty Beauty palette. So this will be interesting. I am going to do my eyes first in today's look in case I mess up several times, which might be the case. I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the colors that were chosen and prime my eyes, zoom you guys in, and hopefully we can accomplish a semi-decent look. So my eyes are primed and ready to go, just not sure I am. but I think I have a plan set in place and hopefully it will work out. So the first shade we're going into was that gray in the Fenty Beauty palette, Shisha Smoke, if that's how you pronounce it. And I'm just going to take this on a fluffy brush and I'm just going to run this throughout my crease. At least we got some matte shades in here. At least they're not all shimmers and they're not too crazy. Like, I think this is going to be like a cute look. And I think I lucked out on my first try. I know a lot of YouTubers have done this type of challenge and like had to do it several times in order to get something that worked. So that's still why I'm doing my eyes first in case I do mess up. But I think I have a good plan. So just gonna run this through. This is the first time I'm using this Fenty Beauty palette though. Like I swatched the colors, but I haven't actually put it on my eyes. So this is a nice matte, cooler tone slate gray. So hopefully this will be a semi-decent transition shade for what I want to accomplish today. So the next shade I'm using is the one that we chose from the Blue Blood palette. It is the Cremated shade, which turned out to be much more of a blue-gray color than I was expecting. I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to put this out into my outer corner and blend it in with the gray that is already laid down. And again, I don't think I have used this shade from this palette. So, which I didn't even realize that there was a shade called Cremated and Undertaker in this palette, and then he ended up coming out with that Cremated palette anyways. So as I was going through and choosing these shades and these palettes, I thought it was off to a decent start until I got the Blue Blood palette and I knew there's a lot of blues in here and I was like, crap, I'm done for. But I think this will actually work out. At least it has like some gray tones to it. And I can use this to deepen out this outer corner. And maybe it'll complement the gold. I feel like blue and gold look very pretty together. So that's like the next shade I'm going to be going in with. I kind of want more of a sharper angle. I was debating on putting like tape down, but I ended up not doing that. Alright, so next, like I said, I'm going to go into that gold shade that was from the Riviera palette. And it's the shade Inheritance. And I'm going to attempt to go in with my finger. I've got long nails, so I'm not used to that. And I'm going to put this on my lid and blend it in with that blue shade. One thing about the Anastasia formulas is that it was a learning curve, because I would go in with a brush and I'm like, this stuff is so loosely packed, and it was like the most loosely packed pigment I've ever tried. So I was definitely like, wow, like this is falling out. I don't know if I like this. So it definitely is a bit of a learning curve, and once you like get the hang of it, it's a lot easier to use. Are you trying to hop on over here? That shade is mostly laid down. I'm going to attempt to go in with a brush very lightly just so I can get into that inner corner and kind of get this angle out here and blend it in with the other shades that are there. I don't know if this should be a wet brush or not, but it's okay if I have fallout because I don't have foundation on yet. So I'm just going to tuck this in all the way to the corner and kind of blend it in. I kind of want this angle on the outside and to transition into that blue. We're just kind of almost making like a teal color, maybe. The shade is gorgeous though. It has so much pigment and it just like easily layers on. It gives you like pretty full coverage, so you don't need to use it as a topper. All right, so now I'm just gonna go back into that Cremated shade and just blend in on the outer edge.
Because some of the glitter went a little cray-cray.
And then going back into the Fenty Beauty palette with that gray, and to go back into the crease to make sure this is all buffed and blended and to control some of that glitter. Alright, so that is the basics of the top part of my eyeshadow all done. I'm going to go ahead and put on my foundation and everything and then come back to finish the rest of the eyeshadow. Alright, I am back and I'm ready to finish off this look. Just want to throw out there that I went into my Ace Beauty Contour Bronzed in Paradise palette, and I went in with the first two shades. Just to be safe, I went with in the lighter shade, and it didn't really do much right now for my like summer. And then I went in with the second shade, which was definitely a lot warmer than the first shade. And I went in with a light hand, and I really like it. It blends very nice and easy. It's soft. The other two are definitely going to be way too dark for me, but the first two shades as bronzer, I like it. All right, so we have two more shades to incorporate into this look. The next shade is going to be from the Glam Metals, and this is the Wild Thing shade, the bronze shimmer right there. And I'm just going to put this all down on my lower lash line. Oh, this is like such a weird mirror. It's not very practical, so I'm not going to use that mirror. It's cute that it's a guitar, but just not for me. So I don't want to go too crazy with this shade. I tend to take my lower lash line out a little too far so I can get crazy real fast. Yeah? Artemis apparently agrees. What are you doing? Sometimes my kitten Artemis goes crazy and she literally does like Jackie Chan flips off the wall or like does somersaults and like flips around. So it's probably what she's doing right now. Just going a little crazy. All right, so that last shade I have to use was from the Cremated palette, and it was just this blank white all the way down here, Death Blow. So I guess I'm just gonna put this on my brow bone and my inner corner because it's just a plain white and I don't know really what else to do with it. It's not really shimmery, so maybe I'll just put it there just to lighten up the area, and then I might cheat a little and go in with whatever highlighter I'm using to actually highlight that area, because I don't know what to do with a white eyeshadow. So for mascara, I'm going to go in with the Lily Lashes Triple X Mascara, but before I do that, I'm going to try out this Milk Lash Primer. It is such a heavy component. I don't understand. So yeah, let's see how this works. Right, I went ahead and I curled my lashes, and Artemis just joined me up on the desk. Hi, baby girl. There's her tail. Keep moving along. Going. No, there you go. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to go in with the lash primer on just one of my eyes just to see if I can notice a difference. So I'm going to go ahead on this side. It's just weird because it's like white. It makes my eyelashes already feel like heavy. It's interesting. I've never used a lash primer before, so it feels weird. Like I feel like I have glue, like lash glue on my eyelashes. All right, well, I guess I'll just go in with my mascara next. And let's just see if this makes a difference. Interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's making them seem heavier on my eyes. Like I feel like I can feel the weight of my lashes. It makes them seem a little bit longer and maybe a little bit more like spidery. Like I don't know if I was supposed to wait for the lash primer to dry a little bit more before I went in with my mascara. I don't know. I'll have to like look up how to use lash primer. But they seem like spidery and like they seem like longer, but they're already losing their curl. Like my lashes don't keep a curl like not even 5 minutes. All right, I'm gonna put mascara on this eye without any primer and see if I can see a difference. So I went ahead and I put on a second coat of mascara on both sides. So on this side we have lash primer and mascara, and on this side we just have mascara. I don't know, I really don't think the lash primer did much. The only difference I can feel and tell between the two sides, so the side I used primer with feels heavier. It looks thicker and longer, but they seem like clumpy and more spidery. On this side, it kept it a little bit more fluffy, but both sides aren't keeping a curl. So I really don't know. Has anyone used a lash primer? What are your thoughts? Do you have one that you like? Am I using the primer wrong? Let me know because I have no idea. I'm not gonna put false lashes on because it's almost 9 o'clock and I just don't feel like it. So we're gonna move on to highlighter. I'm gonna go with the Fenty Beauty Kilawatt highlighter in Trophy Wife. This is the nice gold shade because I have gold on my eyes. So I'm just going to go in with this very lightly because I feel like this definitely works better with a deeper skin tone. But I just want to have a nice little gold reflect going on the face just to match the eyes. And it's more of just like a glitter. I mean, if you go in with a light hand, I mean, even like barely touching the pan and then touching my face, there's already like a lot on there, but it's definitely more like glitter, just straight glitter, which I'm not opposed to. So for a lip, I kind of wanted to just be bold and go in with a deeper, more berry toned lip. So I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Mattemoiselle lipstick. This is definitely like a much deeper toned lipstick, but I don't know. I'm just tired of wearing nudes. That's all anyone wears nowadays. So that lipstick was kind of hard to actually apply, especially not having a lip liner in like the same shade. And like the actual component itself, like when you twist it up and stuff, it's kind of loose, it doesn't stay, so it kind of like wobbles and goes back down into its component. So that was a little iffy. I don't know. It definitely would have been a lot easier if I had a lip liner that was close to the shade, but I don't. And of course, I've got butthole lips. All right, it's montage time. Friends, that is this number generator palette bingo eye look all complete. I think I lucked out on the shades that I got. I didn't get like random pink and then purple and then yellow, and you know, I think everything worked together. Gold and like a deep blue gray color always complement each other. I did a look like this like in high school a long time ago. Definitely not to this extent because I was into makeup back then. But I'm really happy with how this look turned out. I think I'm definitely going to try this again. Like if I'm just not feeling motivated or don't know what to create, I just let a number generator pick my makeup and then try to come up with a look for that. So that's everything for today. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you are notified when I finally decide to post a new video. I love you guys, and if you subscribe to my channel, I welcome you in my feline family. Bye! What are you trying to do? Yeah.